how are you doing today? You okay?
Hi, how are you? I'm good. Yes, all is well. Bit colder in Luton today,
It
so
is
but we the
foggy.
fog the fog is gone.
Yeah.
Looking out my window, we have some sunshine. But yes, winter has arrived.
Oh, it is. Can you just tell me something about yourself? What do you do? Yeah, what do you do?
So let's go right back to the beginning. I started off as a lorry mechanic technician back in the late 80s,
Mm.
working for the family business. I then worked my way through the family business. By 2000, no, by 1995, I was general manager, having left school in 1988.
Mm-hmm.
I then went on to be a director of the company, then went on to run my own companies. I started my first company at the age of 12.
Wow.
Selling sports equipment. I've also run transport companies, vehicle workshops, bars, restaurants. I've worked as a DJ in my former life in the late 90s, early 2000s. I DJ'd in Spain. I was Prince of Wales ambassador for the East of England in
Wow.
2005.
Mm-hmm.
Met the Prince 3 times. Worked with him on various different projects around Bedfordshire. Met the Queen. Started working at the University of Bedfordshire in 2011. Came in initially to look after their internship program. And I'm now an international marketing manager looking after Africa, Central Europe, including Poland. And I also look after international student orientation at the University of Bedfordshire. And I am also a director of the family business, which is a multi-tenancy office complex in Luton.
Is there anything
So,
you don't do? That's incredible.
and I used to be a rugby coach
Oh my
at local, regional level as well, and coached Bedfordshire County Rugby to 4 regional championships.
That's
So yeah,
brilliant.
done lots of things over my years.
Oh wow, okay. So there is a lot of knowledge that people can get from you. Wow, that's incredible.
I'd like to say lots of experience. Most of
Experience.
my knowledge comes from experience rather than education. Life skills, as I put it.
Brilliant. So you're working for the University of Bedfordshire at the moment within the internship sector. And as you might know, probably my majority of my audience is international EU students who are coming to England from different countries. They do speak English. Some of them are struggling with English. Is there any way, do you have any tips for these people who are coming from abroad and they're trying to, get education? Is there anything that will make their life easier when they're coming to England, do you think?
Well, I've spoken to students in China, in India, in Africa, in Poland. Every European international student, every student is the same. You all have a thirst for education. You want to learn, you want to improve, and you want to be the best you can be.
Mm-hmm.
And that is common amongst every student I've ever met. And in 11 years at the University of Bedfordshire, I've met many, many students. And the one common thing you all have as international students, and I will class EU as international as well, so all
Okay.
in one bubble, is you don't believe in yourselves. You already speak at least 2 languages.
Mm-hmm.
I only speak 1. You're already making a proactive step forward because you want to go and study in another country. So you want to leave home, leave the safety of your family, leave the comfort of home food,
Oh, yes.
travel somewhere across the globe. Doesn't matter whether it's 2 hours from Warsaw or 10 hours from Beijing. You're making an active step forward. That makes you employable straight away.
Mm-hmm.
You want to learn in a different education system. You want to stretch your imagination. And I remember meeting you nearly 5 years ago now.
It was.
quiet little Polish girl, didn't really speak good English, wasn't really sure what she'd done, and look at you now. And every student I've met, and every time I've sat in classrooms and sat in lecture theatres and spoken to students and asked them what they do, everyone has an amazing story to tell.
Mm-hmm.
And the biggest thing from me is encouraging you as students, encouraging you as individuals to tell your story and be brave, because you've already made the biggest steps. You've learnt 2 languages. Some of you have learnt 3, some 4, some 5.
Mm-hmm.
You've wanted to leave home to go and explore the world. You're doing some amazing things. Just believe in yourselves.
Beautiful. Oh, yeah, just believe in yourself. Easy to say, harder to do, but yeah, people have to.
Who makes it hard to do?
Our brain, our mind.
Exactly. The only person who will actually ultimately stop you doing what you want to do is yourself. And I'm not talking about the laws of the land. I'm talking about things that hold you back. Some people say, oh, finances are holding me back. I can't afford to do this. Yep, you need to find a way.
Mm-hmm.
There are scholarships, there are sponsorship programs, but you have to do your research. You have to find your way. And if you want it, if you really, really want it, you will find a way.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you just need someone to say, hey, I believe in you. I think you can do this, and give you that little push. Exactly as I did with you 5 years ago.
I still remember that. I don't think if I wouldn't meet you, I don't think I would finish in the University of Bedfordshire actually. And
you would have done, but it would have taken you a little bit. It would have taken a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's easy for me to believe in myself. Everybody sits there, and like you said, you've got so many life experiences. I'll be honest with you now. I left school with no education. I never went to university. I then found out at the age of 40, so 8 years ago, I found out I was dyslexic. I always thought I couldn't spell and my handwriting was bad, but it never stopped me.
Oh, brilliant.
Now, I then sit there and have people say, well, you never went to university and you did okay. I come from a different time. Back in the 80s, back in the 90s, the world was different.
Mm-hmm.
Education was different. You either had life skills and you went on and did training programs and went into work, or you went into education and you was in a set education stream. The world was different then. Now, in this modern world, get an education. Get that foundation behind you of having a degree and giving that platform to then go on and be the best you can be.
Exactly. What I found recently with my experience, that is that everyone is getting education, but not many people is getting the experience. And when I left university, when I started applying to jobs, I realized that actually it was better for me to get experience during university and be ready for the moment that I'm going to leave the uni, and then have the full proper CV, well made, well done, with courses, additional jobs and internships. So I was working around the university, but I'm trying to talk about my audience about the importance of doing something apart from just getting a degree. Is the university helping students with getting any experience additionally?
At the University of Bedfordshire, we have a program called More Than a Degree. And it's exactly really what you've been saying there. Don't just go to university to study, because it's really boring. Go to university, study, make new friends, join societies, become part of your student union, volunteer. Huge value in volunteering. Me, in a business sense, so with my company, if I've got somebody who's volunteered their time and you did some mentoring on one of the programs I used to run, that is huge.
It is.
Because not only are you getting a real life experience, but you're actually giving back to the community. My award from the Prince of Wales back in 2005 was because of all the community work I did.
Well done.
But what you actually learn is a real life skill from people and real people. And this is something that can't be taught in a classroom.
No.
Now, when you go into business, and everything is a business, everything from medical fields, the NHS, all the way through to marketing, to accounting, everything is a business. It employs and serves and supports people. Now, if through your volunteering, for example, you have worked with people across numerous religious groups, faiths, cultural differences, financial difficulties, you then start to understand what people need and want. And then when you go into business, if you understand what people need and want, you then become a better business person.
You've got everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
So volunteering is one aspect. Employment. I have always said one of the best jobs in the world is working in the fast food sector.
Customer service, always.
Yep. Customer service, working under pressure, working following COVID guidelines, attention to detail, following not only government guidelines, you've got health and safety, you've got COVID, you've got cleanliness, but you've also got that company's set rules. You're working in a team, you're working under pressure, and you're delivering a quality item. Have you ever been impressed with a bad cup of coffee or a poorly delivered burger? No. So you've got to make that person happy, because you've got to make them want to come back.
Exactly.
So any job, when you are first starting to develop your skills, is a good job, because you start learning about your own strengths and weaknesses, but you also start understanding people. And if you can understand how people work, if you can read a situation, that makes you more employable and makes you more powerful as a person, because you can then be proactive in problem solving, proactive in a marketing campaign, proactive in resolving a situation before it becomes that situation, rather than being reactive and always chasing and always trying to resolve something that's already caused a problem in your business. So just starting that whilst you're studying, you start learning so much more about yourself, and these are all skills then that you take forward.
Of course. And it's worth to mention that it is possible to connect studying at university, working part-time, and doing something additionally. So I'm getting questions like, how can I find motivation and time for all of it? And I can say from my experience that I found time for everything, and I was involved in many things, and it's only about the time management. So it is possible to do all of it. And even
you just said it yourself, time management.
Exactly.
So what time do I get up? Do I plan what I'm going to wear the night before?
Yeah.
What time am I going to leave for work? What time will I get back? What time will I have dinner? Oh, I've got to study. You manage your time. There's 24 hours in a day. Break your 24 hours in a day. Don't look at a week, don't look at a month, look at a day. Keep everything simple. So if you need 7 hours sleep, right, this is the first 7 hours of your day plan. How many hours a day do you need to study? Right, that gives me that amount of time. Planning yourself, knowing yourself, knowing how much time you need to study, knowing that you need to go to the library to study rather than sit at home in your bedroom because you're not as disciplined with yourself. But then making sure you have some time to relax, time to switch off from everything. Now that could be going to watch a movie, it could be reading a book, you could be seeing friends, going for a walk. Everybody's different, but having that time to switch off from everything, and especially now when with COVID-19 everybody's under so much pressure, it's very important that you have some quiet time, some you time to relax. So relaxation is also as important as work, as education, as volunteering, as everything else.
Of course, that's brilliant. Yeah. I think that will be it. We reached the 15 minutes time. I would talk to you for ages. But yeah, the most important thing to remember is that it is possible to get experience in university. It's all about time management and the mindset, and that other things are making students more employable at the end of the university?
Whichever university you go to, if you come to University of Bedfordshire, we have our careers and employability department. There's lots of people like me who will gladly always talk to students and help them.
Yeah.
You've got to want.
Of course.
Wherever you go in life, you've got to want. You've got to want help, and then you've got to want a job. You've got to want the education, and you've got to want to make friends. Okay, but remember, and this goes to everybody out there, including you. You've already done amazing things. You're already speaking more than one language, and don't beat yourself up over how good or how bad you are at speaking it. You're speaking 2 languages at least.
Mm-hmm.
You have a dream, go live it.
Thank you. That was brilliant. That was amazing. It's all about mindset. It's all about mindset.
Exactly. Everything's about the mindset.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much for your time and for your insights. That was incredible, and I hope people who are gonna watch it, they're gonna see the value.
Let me know when you send it, and I shall put it out on my LinkedIn as well.
Great. Thank you very much. And yeah.
Anytime you know where I am, just drop me a message, and then we'll have a chat.
Great. Right. So enjoy your beautiful day, sunny day right now. And yeah, I'll see you later. Bye.
Good to see you. Bye-bye. Bye.